I'm joined tonight by Congressman John Larson of Connecticut. Also with us this evening, Congressman John Garamendi of California. Gentlemen, great to have you with us tonight. There's a lot of news out there. We got a lot to cover. First, Congressman Larson, want to ask you about this barnstorming tour that is being suggested that the president might do. Will this put pressure on lawmakers? Would public pressure make a difference at this point?
Well, I think it's important that the president be out there, and I think it would only enhance the opportunity for us coming to solutions. It's clear that what the American public wants to see is a Congress working towards solutions that will put them back to work. And Ed, you've emphasized this over and over again on your show. Look, at a job creation equals deficit reduction. And so and this is something that everyone can agree on in the Congress. They wouldn't even take up the president's bill. Let's take up that job creation bill. Let's signal to the American public and to the entire world that this nation is going back to work. And we know that lowering that unemployment rate will drop the deficit and produce a better society. And also with regard to taxes, that we have a clear path forward here. Everybody, again, agrees that the middle class deserves this tax cut, especially in these very difficult times. And as the president says, he has the pen. Let's be ready to act. And I think he can make that case. He's got the bully pulpit, and I hope he does.
No doubt about it. Congressman Garamendi, what is John Boehner's next move? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, he's going to meet with the president. They're going to meet next week, and I think he's going to have to face the reality that either now, that is in the lame duck session, or shortly thereafter, there are 200-plus Democratic votes ready to go on the president's plan. That's about 18 Republicans that we would need. And Boehner has to understand that we actually must work across the aisle to solve this problem. Otherwise, we're not going to get it done. The American public demands that we work together. Just imagine what we could do if we actually work together. We can solve some real serious problems. We could do the American Jobs Act, and we could do the infrastructure. We could rebuild New York and New Jersey, desperately needed there. Serious investment needs to be made in our infrastructure. We've got a lot of work to do. Can only do that if we work across the aisle and get on, and the president has laid out a very good starting point to get the negotiations underway.
Yeah, no doubt. Congressman Larson, do you think that there are any Republicans in their caucus that will come over and work with the president and do the right thing to address this? Or is this going to be another all-Republican fraternal order to be followed by John Boehner?
No, I do believe that there are many decent, caring Republicans, and I think we have two shining examples to point to. Most recently, Chris Christie in the crisis came together with the president and demonstrated that when we work together, much can be accomplished. And certainly you would have to focus on Mitt Romney's concession speech and his call to the spirit of the American people. Look, roads, bridges, as John Garamendi knows, and the things that need to be done with our infrastructure aren't Democrat or Republican. They're American at their heart. Yeah. And we know that we have a window of opportunity here. It's not the time to kick the can down the road. It's the time to come together and act as Americans, and we've seen stellar examples of what can be. And I'm heartened. I think we will have Republicans that join us.
I hope so. We've got some other breaking news tonight out of Washington. The director of the CIA, General David Petraeus, announced his resignation. In a statement he wrote, "After being married for over 37 years, I showed extremely poor judgment by engaging in an extramarital affair. Such behavior is unacceptable both as a husband and as a leader of an organization such as ours." This afternoon, the president graciously accepted my resignation. President Obama received the resignation yesterday, but took 24 hours before accepting it. Going forward, my thoughts and prayers are with David and Holly Petraeus, who has done so much to help military families through her own work. I wish them the very best. NBC News reported the FBI is investigating the author of Petraeus's biography, Paula Broadwell, for improper access to the general's email. Let's go back to our two guests tonight, John Garamendi and also John Larson. Congressman Garamendi, what is your reaction to this news?
Well, first, very, very sad. This is an extraordinary individual who has served this country in extremely difficult circumstances as a general leading the war in Afghanistan and also in Iraq. We just have to think really good thoughts for him and his family going forward. Obviously, he has resigned, and this is a difficult situation, and proving once again, I think none of us are above making a mistake along the way. It's really a sad situation.
Congressman Larson, does this complicate the president's upcoming cabinet shakeup?
Well, certainly I agree with John, and certainly I think the tone that the president set in his remarks are keeping with the spirit of a great American and someone who served the country extraordinarily well. You can only ache for the situation that's taken place, and clearly let us hope also that this, with respect to the president getting through all of his nominations at the Senate with the pickup of seats there, that there's a better temperament in the Senate to dealing with what the public has rightfully seen as a second term for the president.
Petraeus is being replaced by interim Deputy Director Michael Morrell. Congressman Garamendi, will this affect CIA operations? I mean, we've got some pretty heavy stuff going on in the world right now, and it seems to me that this is not too seamless. Your thoughts on it?
Well, I think it will not be. No, I think it's going to go on well. The CIA is an organization that is well structured and will carry on its work. Obviously, the direction that it will take and the leadership that it has had with General Petraeus will be lost, but the deputy is a very strong individual, very capable, and will be able to carry on. And as you just said in the previous discussion with Mr. Larson, there will be in the next 2 months, 3 months, the opportunity for the president to appoint a new director. That confirmation should come quickly from the Senate. Hopefully they won't hold it up there. There is the problem of the Benghazi situation that could make this more complex. Hopefully it won't. That should be quickly put behind us, and we need to move on. The CIA is extremely important, and we need to move on and get on with protecting this nation and finding out the things we need to know.
Well, Congressman Larson, General Petraeus was expected to testify next week in front of the Senate Intelligence Committee behind closed doors. What does this mean? Now he's not going to testify unless he's subpoenaed. What do you do you think he needs to step forward, or is he just now a citizen and going on about his way?
Well, I think that he's a citizen going on his way, and I think the point that John Garamendi makes, that certainly the CIA is very capable and very competent, and I think will provide the hearing and the information that is needed. I think that in part people probably would like to see General Petraeus come forward and testify behind closed doors because of what he knows, but I'm sure that his staff is equipped and prepared with regard to that, with regard to these very sensitive situations as they unfold.
Okay, Congressman John Larson and John Garamendi, great to have you with us tonight here on the Ed Show. Appreciate your time.